Hello guys. Hello everyone. How's it going? How is it going? Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. As you can see, we've already got some people in the lobby with us today. Today is Forza GT. Can you believe it? The first time Rossi and I are doing an open lobby in this division. With that said, let's get going with the lobby. Pretty sure there's going to be lots of people tuning in today. And not just people tuning in, but people getting involved in the racing as well. I understand there's quite a few people who happen to be nothing but Forza GT specialists. So let's quickly get over to here. What will the first race be? Probably Indy GP Classic, a track we're all very familiar with. What do we do? Just rack on maybe 5 laps. How's everyone doing today? Let me know in the chat how you're getting on. Hope you have a great day. Xenon Prive, Joseph, Commando, Brian, Nemesis, Gunner. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the show. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Let me know how things have been going on your end, and if you're intending to get involved in the action today. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I'm not exactly versed. I'm not the most versed when it comes to Forza GT. It's absolutely one of my weaker divisions in the game because it's just one that I don't touch. But yeah, just is what it is. Something about assists. Force collision assist. Off. Let's turn it off. Oh, Brian's still working. Well, what do you work as, Brian? Again, please remind me. Hope you're having a fantastic day and that this stream does not does not distract you too much or get you in trouble. That's what I hope anyway. We've got Rossi here. Let's add that absolute legend into the party with us. And that way we can officially get started with the show. I should be appearing online on my side. Should be. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, we are. Fancy face. Yo, yo, yo. How you doing, man? Volt's almost done with your college year. Well, congratulations. I hope it's been a very good year for you with your studies. I assume that you're done with your exams as well now. Is that correct?
Mr. Johners.
Johners. How's it going, Rossi?
Johners, my man. How's things?
Yeah, I'm good, dude. I'm good, dude. I'm a bit nervous. Not gonna lie, I'm a bit nervous today. You know what I mean? Forza GT, not exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you haven't really adventured into GT much, have you?
I really have not. It's just something I've always steered away from, and I think. So maybe it's not the case that I'm bad at GTs, but the fact that the division is easily the most competitive division, and it's more competitive than any class as well. It just means that anyone who's not versed in it, I think you kind of get punished a bit more on the track, you know. So, but I've heard that there are quite a few other people who don't mess around with GT a lot either. So, it's what it is. I look forward to being in the bottom half of the pack with some guys tonight, whereas Rossi, absolute beast in GTs. We see it week in, week out. I think we're very much in your comfort zone here, aren't we?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm a big fan of GTs, as you guys probably know. Hosting a GT lobby every week. Well, not a GT lobby, but in the mainstream lobby, going at GTs for 2 hours or so. So yeah, this is right in my backyard essentially, and I'm going into today with absolutely zero driving, 0 hours, 0 minutes driving today. So we'll see how the cobwebs kind of come off since Sunday. But I mean, that's since Sunday. But I mean, like, people that do not have much experience in GTs will think otherwise. It'll be like a haunted house.
Well, let's be honest here, man. Like, there are times when on your streams, when you're doing your, let's say your Sunday drives in Forza GT endurance hoppers, you happen to take cars which are not, like, quote unquote on meta, or, you know, ideal for the track, and you still manage to bang out sometimes like top 20 or even top 12 times in a race. So I think that says a lot about how accomplished of a driver you are in Forza in general, not just Forza GT. But I'm very much going to be leaning on your suggestions for some of the tracks tonight. Some of them I've got a rough idea as to what to take, but a track such as Indy GP Classic, I have no idea like what is the meta. Is it supposed to be speed cars, or is it acceleration cars, grip cars? What's your suggestion?
It can differ. It can kind of differ, to be honest. But for GT cars, since they're very much kind of similar, like in terms of like the stats are closer, because obviously in GTs, or rather in homologation divisions, there isn't really such thing as like a, you know, like an ultra power car or an ultra grip car or anything like that. It's just essentially like 0.5 handling difference, maybe max. So you probably want to go with a car that has a little bit more top end, but at the same time a little bit of a chunk of acceleration won't hurt at the same time. But Too much handling, you might lose a chunk of time on the straight. So it's essentially like, you know, it suits quite a lot of all-around cars essentially.
Okay. So
which most of the cars in here seem to be pretty much match that description.
You can't quite judge it by what the speed stat is on the cars, but are there any, like, say, like, especially for a noob, let's say like me, a noob, like, what are maybe like 2 or 3 cars that you'd recommend someone to take around here?
Yeah, it's just, you know, for, like, when you say about stats, so I'll just give you a prime example, right? So you've got the Porsche 911 RSR, that says it's 6.8 speed, right? And my Ferrari says it has 7.1 speed. And I think most of us guys that do GT regularly know that the Porsche is actually faster on the straight than the Ferrari is if you have the correct aero package. So, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily go by speed. It's more to do with feel for these cars, essentially. You know, you'll probably find that 1 or 2 GTs that just suits your driving style to a T.
Yeah. That's...
because they seem to be, like, closely competitive.
That's fair enough. Well, in that case, I'll just stick in this RSR. We'll see how it goes. Not too sure. Do you think for the RSR, should it be like a full aero kind of setup, or like mid-aero? What's the approach?
Usually for this kind of track, I'm assuming it would be like definitely front aero all times.
Yep.
Like you need to run front aero, otherwise the car is just not going to turn at all. The rear aero can differ, so on a track like this, you don't need much rear aero at all. Almost, well, not almost next to none, but you know, less than half, ideally. It just kind of depends on what car it is at the same time. Really.
Duly noted. Thank you for that, sir. Yeah, I'll stick in this car.
No worries.
I've only got a few cars. This, got a Viper, and can't remember off the top of my head what else I've got, guys. It'll come to mind as the evening goes out. But I know that some of you are in the same boat as me. You don't have many cars or tunes, but there are plenty of tunes that are available for this division. That has to be said.
Yeah, there's like tons.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing about this division is you can actually find a lot of really top tunes just on the leaderboards. You know, we've got people such as UGM Skills, previously Vortex. You know, he is without doubt one of the best tuners in town when it comes to Forza GT, and he has got many tunes for most of the cars. So if you do find them, guys, please give them a shout. Can't recommend it enough.
I've got to put a command for that in chat, like for the different varied tuners for each kind of category, like a GT tuner one, that probably would be good as well, just to give shout outs to those OP tuners out there, as well as those that do a good tune but may not be you know, fully recognised in that way. A lot of people turn up tonight, John, man. Like, geez, I think the GTs seem to be pretty popular today.
Yeah, I think it's just going to get busier and busier, man. That's all I'm thinking.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm looking forward to it, though. Very much looking forward to it. And it seems like, you know, we've got 15 people who are ready, so without further ado, we'll tuck into it for our first race of the year.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. What's the temperature down at your bit, like, John? Because it's absolutely like roasting here. It has been for like most of the day.
Yeah,
but it's been a funny one.
It's definitely been fairly warm. That's all I'll say. Sweat has occurred. Stuck in the front, which is nice.
John's in seconds.
The nice thing about this RSI is it seems to have particularly good launch.
Yeah, that was a good launch. I'm loving this lag.
Guys, please be patient with me today. We'll be up to pace, so I'm just going to try and keep, you know, respectable lines. Keep it clean, keep it cool.
Oh, good, mate. Besides, I'm holding them up for you anyway, John.
Yes,
so
that's what I'm talking
about. I'm your rear gunner.
Co-hosts working together.
suggesting my maiden test with this AGM Scales Tuned Ferrari here at Indianapolis. This actually felt pretty nice in Prague. On Sunday, John, when you suggested this car for the lobby. It doesn't really get used a lot in GTs in general, so
Yeah, like if I
it's actually nice to give it a good old
yeah,
whip.
if I ever do get experience in Forza GT, I do think it's the Ferraris that I'd end up wanting to drive the most, because as you say, they're really not popular choices, and they do look awesome.
Oh, I'm liking that paint on that Porsche you've got there.
Yeah, this is by
I always like it, a bit of aqua blue.
yeah, I think it's by Tofa. Brilliant.
Reminds you of a bright sky.
Sorry, come on,
Man, over the century. Hey Greg, how are we doing today? How's things? Got spoken to you a little bit. How's life been treating you recently? Yeah, you know, John, it's just like getting these times in the lobbies as well. It just like comes across naturally. Well, it's just absolutely chilling at the same time. Talking to the guys in either chats.
Yeah.
Always nice.
I've got a feeling that this car is slightly better than the steering for this track, but
There's,
still holding on to third.
yeah, man, you're doing very well there, John.
We've got slaps, we've got the Maserati Whisperer. In fourth place, he's gunning me down, obviously.
Beside you. Can't be back at the moment anyway.
Cone. Been hit by the cone. Let me outbrake him though, gotta give him space, give him space. Respect him. Oh, lovely stuff about slaps. Loving that racing.
What slaps in?
He's a Mercedes, not sure which number.
Oh, nice. Mercedes is like kind of like another one that doesn't get widely used, but at the same time, like it's just the only thing with the Merc is that its acceleration isn't the best at all. But around momentum corners, it can come into its own. That's probably why it isn't as popular as the others.
I said this car's understeering, but it does actually happen to have a random spit of oversteer as well. Bit of a tricky car.
Porsche went.
Rear engine.
Yeah, it's kind of like technically it's like a mid-engine car since the engine is in front of the rear axle, but it does have like that rear engine trait with the oversteer. Also, the shape of the car is quite deceiving at the same time to make you think that it's rear engined. I think that's the thing that catches me out quite a lot. Jeez, it's warm in Texas. I'd imagine it's warm in Texas. Like, how warm is it there? Because it's certainly warm here. Don't know how you can cope with that heat.
It's got to be at least twice as hot as where it is in Glasgow.
I know. I don't know how you can withstand that heat. Like, I seriously don't. Oh, bit of oversteer. Do you think you can be competitive on the wheel playing FM7, or is it mostly a controller game? Well, I think it depends on how much time you put into it. Because for the LMS tournament, like last year, it could be possible that you could almost equal your time on the wheel that you could on the pad. but it just depends on how much effort you want to put in, and you know how skillful you are on the wheel essentially. Because me and John had to kind of do that as well. You know, practice on the wheel for a lengthy period of time. It's just that the controller just, like, you know, it's kind of like easier in that sense.
Yeah, it's like it's a
What would be your
it's a
opinion
good
on it?
question that people ask, but I think that there's one thing that people often overlook, which is that if you spent your whole life playing on a controller, you should expect that your talent on the controller is obviously higher than on the wheel. But if you gave it the same amount of time, I can't see why someone would actually be slower on a pencil controller. And with Rossi, we have seen instances where there are people who can adjust to the wheel incredibly well and actually hold up at the exact same pace compared to what some people do on the pad. I think on Forza 7,
Yeah.
there are the few exceptions. There are particular cars which, just because of the game's physics and how that car behaves, that you can edge the extra tenth or two on the controller, which you can be so much more aggressive with the turn. As I say, that's definitely like it's more of an exception as opposed to the rule.
Yeah, I mean, it does take a while to, like, you know, for example, if you've been in the pad in this game for so long, going to a wheel and learning that can be very difficult if you haven't really used a wheel much before. But as long as you put in the time, then you know you can kind of excel in that area. You just need to have that hand-foot coordination, because that is relatively important. If you don't have that, then
GG's.
that's the GG's all around.
Really nice.
Can't sum that up there,
Seems
man.
like a very good battle going on with Slipsfella and Shrek. I think Slips has managed to get in front, but
Yeah,
battle
he's
does continue.
caught up and past Shrek.
And that's quite impressive stuff.
I almost
given
had a-
what you said about the Mercedes not having the same amount of acceleration compared to other cars.
Yeah, it was very sluggish under acceleration. It's just the way that the car is essentially. So yeah, I need to fix that command, Josh. For the why it's acting like that. I just thought I'd get a win under my belt for the first race of today.
Just get it under your belt. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I probably would have went to the back, but I'm like, nah. Got to put a win under my belt first at least.
You got to bag that W early on, man. Because we don't know
Yeah,
who's
I
going to
mean,
turn up
have
today.
to.
That's the thing. For all we know, they're going to.
Yeah, true. Just get a nice and early.
Volt's made
Oh,
a
man,
great
excellent.
suggestion. Yeah, TX3 Shelby. He has a couple of really fantastic tunes for the Porsche RSR as well, actually. So if anyone needs one, definitely grab his. Fancy face, forgot to turn the
Yeah,
clutch
there's
off.
a lot of good tuners out there.
Oof. Yeah, definitely want to turn that off.
McLaren, Josh, no worries, my man, no worries. That was a essentially good race. We almost had like a scary moment in lap 5 where we almost spun the car on the curb. It was on for a good lap at that point, but it all went to waste after that. The curb of doom almost claimed a life. So on to the next track. It's got quite a few options actually. Let's have a look,
There's a
shall
lot
we?
of tracks that work well for this division. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of ones that work well with GTs. I was just trying to think of the other track that I suggested to you earlier. I remember
yeah.
one of them, but I can't remember
Do you
the
need
other
a
one.
hint? Do you need a hint?
Yeah, could do.
One of them, it sounds a bit like a baguette.
Ah, right, okay.
The other one, I don't know if you need a hint for the other one.
Oh, right, yeah. I remember now. Vote, guys. Go do a vote. Between the Bugatti circuit, Le Mans Bugatti circuit, or Nürburgring Grand Prix. So whichever one gets the 3 votes first, we go
Two
with.
fantastic tracks there. You heard it from Rossi, guys. Le Mans Bugatti Circuit or Nürburgring GP. We'll probably end up visiting both of these tracks throughout the course of tonight, but please do make your vote. Let us know what you want to visit first. I've got one vote for
Aye,
so far.
definitely Scribbles will be doing both. I'm just asking you guys which one you would like first. So I think that would be Nurb by a large amount.
Got 2 for
So
Nürburgring
Grand Prix, please, joiners. 4 laps.
Let's tuck in. Oh, this is interesting. So it seems the FRA guys want Bugatti most. Well, look, we'll bear that in mind, guys. We'll bear that in mind. We will definitely visit that track today, then, because Bugatti is a fun one.
We're definitely going to go to Bugatti today because we've not done that in an open lobby for like ages. Like, I can't remember the last time we did it.
Ages. Whilst that track is loaded,
Eons.
I'm going to quickly try and slap a tune onto one of the Ferraris. So I don't think I have tunes for these ones. What kind of tracks do you think the Ferraris do good at? Like, what is their strength?
What's that? Sorry, John, your mic was cutting out.
Oh, sorry. I was just curious. What do you think is the strength of either Ferrari? Like, what tracks are they most competitive at?
Well, I think the Ferraris kind of like the ghost car essentially. Like, it isn't like, you know, particularly good at a certain track. It's like can be good to decent in general, but it kind of like favours those that has like relatively longer straights. So the Ferrari's just a hard one. Like, you cannot pinpoint the Ferrari's particular strength.
It's just a good. It's just
like
good
it's a hard
car.
one to try and decipher.
So it's a good car, but it's just not a beast anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Aye, that's pretty much it. Exactly.
Okay. Maybe like the Mercedes then.
Yeah.
In that regard.
The Mercedes is more leaning towards like high cornering tracks, cars that have got, you know, tracks have got like, you know, a lot of high speed bends, like Watkins for example. It's good there. Also it's good at Spa-Francorchamps as well. It is also probably good at like some of the Prague tracks, just like momentum circuits essentially for the Mercedes. I mean, even Indy GP Classic, that's another good track for it. This is essentially tracks that don't have a lot of acceleration points, like Nürburgring Grand Prix. Like the Merc will just struggle to get out of the corners because it's just like so sluggish.
It can't handle too many slow corners then, that's what I'm gathering from that.
Yeah, like essentially that in a nutshell.
That is what I found with the number 93 Dodge Viper as well. In terms of the builds, like the weight and the power, it's nearly identical to the SRT Viper, but it just feels, there's something about that 93 Viper, it feels like the slower corners, it just suffers even more compared to the 91. But as long as you can have them, as long as you can kind of keep them wide momentum based lines, then it's actually a really decent car. Not bad at all.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
It's just essentially like, you know, it's a very grippy car, very on the rails. Like, you don't really get much work there from the 93. Not much compared to the 91 anyway.
Just seeing in the chat, a couple of people, Volts and Nemesis, both been talking about the Ferrari JSR Type Ryan, or Type R as what it used to be known as. He has a very good tune. Yeah, I actually just grabbed it, guys. Let me let you know what it is. It is for the number 62.
Mike keeps cutting out a little bit there, John.
Oh really? Okay. Not too sure when. I'll have a look at the wires. Quick look at the wires. But yeah, just to repeat that, guys, it's the number 62 Ferrari. If you want JSR Type Rise tune, so you can find it. But we're going to stick in the Porsche. We're going to go for one that's actually a bit more grip orientated. Oh no, what's happened?
Whoa.
Been disconnected from the session. Wow, has everyone been disconnected with me? I've got everyone's names still with me.
What happened?
Oh no, it's just me who got disconnected. Oh, that's a pain.
Yeah,
back
it is. But I mean, it put me to host,
Yeah.
so it's to no
Well,
avail.
that's convenient. At least Forza knows that you're the co-host. Just have to wait a moment for me to come back in.
No worries.
Sorry for that little hiccup, guys.
Yeah, we'll be sending out invites anyway, just to get you boys back in, because I think there might be some connection-y stuff today.
Oh, it says not allowed in multiplayer. What's going on here, lads? Dun 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 dun.
Uh-oh. It's not good. Send you another one, hold on.
Thank you.
I'll send you invites galore, my friend.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, I kinda thought you'd like that paint job, Moshies. I wonder who it's painted by. Oh, it's actually you. It's actually your paint, man. You know, I've always been a fan of this paint. Like, it's just so McLaren-like. It's just like relatively clean. You did a very good job on that one, Moshies, man, I have to say.
Well, let's check this.
Oof, just running these pink Porsche. Loving that.
Yeah, I had to colour code it. I was like, I had to make sure that I knew exactly what was like the more kind of the one that had more rear downforce. So I was like, just wash some pink on it, man. And if anyone doesn't like it, then tough luck. At least I know I've got Hydra in my corner, fellow pink.
Oh, is Hydra in your chat?
No, he's not in the chat, but I know that he's a lover of the pink as well.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. I see. Oh, well, I mean, it's put me in the other front again, so there's only one thing for it. I'm not having this, like, that's too bad. It puts me in the front 2 rows for 2 races in a row. So, put myself to the back, demote myself a little bit. So, rocking the McLaren as per request from Josh the Big Pro. We'll see how we get on here. The car has some decent axle, like the Porsche. Spectrum will be as well, nice. Good to see some of the GT guys come along for today. Close. You have to clean that. That's key. Oh, bit of Forza go there. Oh, Exo's on the grass. Starkey behind us now, jeez. Nah, I think the blue actually suits that BMW. Looks like how the pink suits the Porsche. John, as I see you up there. Go on,
How
man.
can you avoid this pink? Slaps is on my case yet again. I'm not going to get a break from this man tonight. I don't mind it, it's often me race side by side. He's in the boat league.
Oh, fancy space is fun. Onto defensive.
Around the outside.
Oh, sorry, Greek. Go, 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 go.
Still there, still there. Yes, yes, yes. This is the type of race.
I thought that Greek, my bad. Wait, way too late. Well, not way too late, but late, I think.
thing I'm particularly enjoying here is that we're doing GT racing, but there's no sim damage. that's the thing I hate about the endurance hobbits. It's so easy to damage the cars, especially in a full lobby.
Yeah, that is.
Whoa! What happened there? Big collision of contact at the hairpin. Someone's went absolutely flying.
May have been platinum, but I don't know. Not too sure, to be honest. No, I apologise to Creek for that ultra move that we made on them in some run. If he hasn't woken up, then that certainly would have. Oh, was that you a lap behind Scribbles? Ah, okay. Oh, that was Scribbles that was up.
Oh, tell us Scribbles what happened. That looked painful.
I think it was Forza glue, I think.
I did something off the collision assist. I suppose Forza glue can still happen.
Nah, it's just that, like, it's just always been a thing, whether the collision assist is on or off.
I want to keep Foles and Slap side by side. I'm keep them side by side and breathe before themselves. I've just noticed I've actually created a bit of a trend
command
in my garage recently. You remember?
What's that?
I realised I've made a little bit of a trend with like my Porsche garage. You remember that like a while ago when we done the half-cross lobby, I had a really old Porsche, the Pig. And I had that in bright pink as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Now I've got the RSR in bright pink.
Oh, right. I think Porsche trend there. Go on, Stark, making a move on Shrek up the inside.
She's a bit squirrely.
It's also nice to see that some of our regulars as well that may not have been in GTs before, try them out.
Absolutely, yeah. I understand, guys. If, you're fairly hesitant. I get it. I was hesitant too. But at the end of the day, there's so many people who love Forza GT. We thought, why not give it a to represent what is easily the most popular division in this time, races
will be
punchy in 10 minutes now.
Yeah, just not like always has some good racing. Let's see if we can get Shrek. McLaren's actually not too bad on this track. McLaren, I would probably say, is like almost in the same kind of group as the Ferrari to an extent. It has like some good accel out of the corners since it's mid-engines, and it has a chunk of power. Oh, did you notice that one of the stickers was uneven? I would not have noticed that.
Oh, skills with the sim switch up ahead, but he's managed to save it. Jeez. He's got ninja-like reflexes to save that. Big
Go on,
sim
lads.
switch in the piece. GT2. he's taking the pit. Oh, he's falling us. Love it, Skills.
Almost only trying to pick a pit.
There he goes with his swerving. He still sits in the podium second place. Good stuff.
Ooh, close finish. 57-1, there we go, that's nice. It's a good that for amongst traffic. That was a race with a good number of battles, I'd say.
It looked super busy, like behind me there. Like slaps and vaults, they seemed like, once they met up, they were like magnets. Couldn't get away from each other. Like really fun racing there. Yeah, really good stuff. And Commando takes it with the win. Well done, boss. Well done, boss man. Making
yeah, man,
gains.
love the stuff.
Definitely making gains.
Yeah, man, like, you know, making gains in normal classes, and now he's expanding his portfolio to GTs. Yeah, very, probably take a page from Starkey's book with the orange.
I'm telling you, it's faster. Like, we might hate the colour, but it's just scientifically faster.
Yeah, man. A lot of good racing there.
Oh, that was wonderful stuff. Really wonderful stuff. Again, commiserations to Scribbles there. Hopefully, that's the only time he'll suffer a bit of an off-track departure like that. I'm gonna have a quick little think about what track we're into next.
Yeah, I mean, from the two races we've had so far, John, looked as though that you've been right in that battle there.
It's been okay. I think I've been
loving it.
fortunate though with the tunes that I've grabbed. That's the one thing I've noticed about this division. Like, because of how competitive it is and there's only a few cars, if you don't have a tune that's like optimized, then it seems like you can miss out by quite a fair chunk in terms of like pace or consistency.
Yeah.
So it's why I actually made an effort just to try and figure out from the leaderboards which guys consistently make really good tunes, such as Skills or Type Rye or Shelby or Hydra, and just people like that. Yeah, it seems okay. It seems like it's working all right. That's what we had.
Yeah, definitely,
so
man.
far. Indy was like a bit of, I suppose it's like a bit of XL and speed. This track is a bit more of XL.
So what are you thinking next, John, mate? What's your thinking?
You know, I'm going to be bold. I'm going to be bold. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take us there, guys. We're heading to Belgium.
Belgium. We have some Belgian chocolate boys.
Yes, boys. Oh, I was having some
Lots to
Lindor
love it.
earlier as well. I know it's not Belgian, but me, like, that's the closest thing to Belgian chocolate
mate.
I have. Lindor is Pog.
Mate, Lint. Honestly, man. Just brilliant.
Lindor is lit.
Absolutely brilliant, man.
Oh, I've just realised that. Yeah, Volts told me in the chat. Volts and Slaps Fellow, if you look on the previous race results, Rossi, look how close they were at the line. That is like impossibly close.
Oh, right. Yeah, I actually didn't realise that. Like, I seen them going side by side, but I wasn't paying attention because I was too busy looking at the track.
That is crazy. 4/100ths. 4/100ths. That is absolutely insane. Guys, that's photo finished.
Literally neck and neck.
Love it. Love it. Right, it is definitely time for me to whack out that car I was talking about earlier. Not the 91 Viper, which is a certified beast round here, but the underappreciated Viper, the one that gets no love. I've seen it like practically nowhere on the leaderboards, but I do have faith in it. I think it's an alright car. 93 Viper, let's go. Let's jump in this bad boy.
Curious to see what you can actually do in that Viper, to be honest.
I don't know how fast it can go. Like, this is the track that I threw together a build and tried to tune, but one, Spa feels like a hard track to tune a car on, and two, I'm not phenomenal at Spa, so like my lap time is not representative of what really is possible. But I assume this car at its very best can get maybe within the most of a second of the 91 Viper around here, if not half a second maybe, but I don't think I'm the guy to do that.
Yeah, I think it's like, you know, tuning at Spa has always been a hard one. Like, every tuner will tell you the same thing. Like, you know, when it comes to Spa, Like, it's essentially Eau Rouge and that's it. Like, it's if like most times you need to tune a car so that it actually takes Eau Rouge like in a sufficient manner, rather than either bottoming out to infinity or just sliding it going up the uphill right, approaching radial. It's just like such a hard one to try and balance essentially. It's either for that corner or it's for the whole track.
Yeah, like with this 93, so just for reference, 91 Viper, the best times there are very, very low 215s, pretty much like 215 flat, I think. That's what Hydra done. This 93, I've only managed to get it down to like a low 216, which is still a good time, I know it is, but I don't know how fast it can go compared to the other Viper. Maybe with, you know, POG tune, everything just broken, I'd like to think it can get to the 215s, but yeah. Someone feel free to let me know if you've already done that in this car, because I like it. It's instantly my favourite car in the division, because it's one of the underdogs.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of serial times in that board actually in Spa. So oh man, just extremely competitive on there.
Yeah, like what's insane is that you have Hydra in the 91 Viper, and then you've got Brain Damage who has managed to set a time without TCS in the exact same car, exact same tune, and he was only like 1/10 slower. Like Brain is like...
Yeah, Brain's very good on Spa. That's one of his strongest tracks by far.
You've said it.
Not by far, but...
You've said it before in the past. This is like definitely one of his stomping grounds. And but to see him do that was like, that really took me back. I was like, oh wow. Very, very impressive.
Definitely, man. Got a lot of unreal times up there. Just your comment, Starkey, we could probably maybe get away with like a little bit of a longer race later on, I think, just to try out to see how we bring a little bit of change to the flow and probably try that out. The opposite as GTs. See how we get on with that.
That like this grid, you know, at the start line we're technically on an incline. So I've just shortened my first gear, hoping that it doesn't bog to hell. We'll see if it works, lads. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely, man. Well, only one way to find out.
Only one way.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I see a few people taking the Nismo. Nice choice. Fair bit of turbo lag in that, but it's a great car apparently once you get it.
Who's our daddy? Who's our daddy join the fray, man? Love to see it.
Love to see it, yeah.
See if he can get himself a GT car.
Yeah. It's just very encouraging to see some of you guys who, you've openly said that you're not a fan of Forza GT, but you're still copping up to our open lobbies, you're still getting involved, and you know, from the bottom of our hearts, Rossi and I, just can't thank you enough, guys. Always appreciate that support week in, week out, and you know, no matter how long we have to wait for the next Forza game, whether that's Forza Horizon 5 or the next Forza Motorsport, you know, we're going to do our absolute best to keep things active, interesting and fresh. So,
yeah, man, sure. That we will do, man. We'll be a good pillar for the community for a while yet, man. Don't worry, we won't be going anywhere. We're here to stay, boys. We are here to stay. Yo, Matsura, this is a pretty stacked open one we've got going today. We're trying out GTs, which has proved to be very popular, as you know, it's GTs after all. There's no other explanation needed for it, I don't think. A little bit of a stall line for Scribbles in the M8.
I'm going to move aside because I've started up the front a fair few times.
Yeah, I may as well do the same because a few people let me go by for some reason. Starkey in this. Oh, Starkey's in this Nissan.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Whoa, someone's gone sideways. Who is it? These are Alan. Oh no.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Who's dead? Oh my.
Oh well, guys.
Oh my. Passing the grass.
Oh, that.
Oh my.
It was so not worth. It was so not worth pulling over. Look what's happened to me, man, in Berlin. Absolutely Berlin. Oh well, it's Spa, sure we'll be able to catch up a bit.
I think by far the biggest beneficiary has been yours truly. Because I went from like 17th to like 6th on the Camel Straight.
Rigged, disrigged. Or she's put a word into the Forza gods.
Like, it's just parted the Red Sea, man, and just said, you know what, boys, I'm coming through. Bit of a messy start at Spa, but you know, hoping things calm down.
Not too spread considering everything there, so should be some interesting races still. That's what we hope for.
Yeah, man.
There's slaps, maybe waiting up for me. What's number 93 that fight battle?
Or is he number 93 as well?
He is. He's another person
nice.
who is really good at Spa, so yeah, I'm gonna get spanked by him. Got skills has gone off. I think skills has gone off today.
Oh, two generations of Corvettes battling one another now. As we go for the undercut, but that outside line was doing nicely. That's Greek and second, challenging Shrek for the leads. Shrek's had some really good results tonight so far. Only 2 races packed going, and he's set for another good solid position. Otherwise, Matsura, man. How's the Viper battle coming along?
Oh, there's no Viper battle. The Slaps has already legged it. Absolutely legged it.
Oh, is it?
He's gapped me.
Jeez, oh man,
I
just
think I'm
took the cash and ran.
I'm still having a bit of like trauma from what happened to huge lap 1.
Yeah, I mean, you got like held drive pretty hard, if I remember correctly.
I got
like
sorted out.
Massive sim twitch, and then that was pretty amazing from my point of view, because like everyone was on the right spinning, and I was just on the left overtaking absolutely everyone. Alright, Shrek's in that Porsche. Ooh la la. Yeah, Matsura, man, I'm also trying to see if I can chuck you an invite after this one, if you're unable to join on me. I'm assuming your gamer tag now N7 Matsura, or is it still the same?
Go Audrey in the first place.
Yeah man, Greek just
Noobs.
rocking it in his BMW at the front.
GT Noobs must unite today. Oh no, I think we've disconnected. Yeah, I thought so. Oh,
Have you?
Guys, this is so
Oh jeez, oh man.
so annoying. Been disconnected again.
Very smart from Shrek, just parked the bus.
Infuriating. Alright, let's...
Oh, okay, no worries, Matsura, all good. Oh, Shrek's was sideways, does he? No, that's just the lag. Jeez, oh man. He's doubled down on his cards here. Are you able to get back in, Jonas?
I'm just trying to get back in right now. Yeah, I'm back. I think I'm back in. I get to spectate and see how things are cracking on.
Nice, nice. Yeah, in second now, hunting down Greek for the lead.
Let's get slaps. Where is slaps? Let's see if it does with the Viper.
Oh, they're the same as Greek there. We're catching him though, slowly but surely.
Nice move. Up on the inside. Nice slaps there. Really nice move. Minus.
Oh, give me some of that draft, Greek. I want that draft. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Give him a good old setup. Oh, here comes the inside.
Slight bit of contact between slaps and Allen, but I think it's okay. No one got harmed. That's good.
Oh, but the axle of that BMW just comes into play. I'll let Greek have that line. He's a little bit in front. Well, he's let me have the line here. Don't know about that, man. You could have had that. Not over yet, though. Yeah, it's still right there. The acceleration that BMW is still going to be a threat. It looks as though this Corvette just has the handling, so it could potentially pull away through here. No worries, Josh, man. You take care, buddy. Enjoy your sleep, man. Just monitoring that gap visually to keep behind.
Oh, that's right. Notice this, yeah, the internet has not been playing along so far today. But it is what it is. Let's hope it just clears up.
Yeah, I can verify that from my end.
Let's see what's going on here from this. Oh, it looks like Starch is in the thick of it. And if we're on the final lap, may get a bit spicy coming in the end. It's right behind Volts. Bright orange Nismo. See if he can pull some magic out going into the final chicane. Volts gone sideways. Nonchalant. Oh, Starch, he tried it round the outside. He tried it round the outside. Kind of worked as well to a bit, but he didn't have the exit he needs. That Nismo, if not for the turbo lag, he may have done it there. He may have nagged 4th place, but it looked like a really good finish between the pair of them. Yeah, fun stuff.
Yeah, I think the Nissan's turbo lag is sometimes a little too much because power has been decreased by a chunk. It's just like something with the restrictors that just like doesn't match up with the revs essentially. Carnage at its best, you're damn right. What's wrong, Vortex? It was just like too many crashes there, or? That was a bit playful at Eau Rouge in lap 1.
Yeah,
there's obviously a lot of conflicting lines and so on.
Yeah, I think
so easy to do.
That's the thing about Spa. It's either a beautiful race or a bit of a horror show, thanks to the speed that you have, and at points where the track does feel like it gets super narrow for everyone. And Eau Rouge just, it claimed many victims there. It was someone up ahead who I saw spinning out, and then you know, these cars, because they're set up to be oversteering, if you try and slow down too fast, you end up just taking your own car out, and it's pretty much what happened between me and whoever spun out in front of me. Just couldn't save ourselves, but it is what it is. Casual racing after all, guys. We won't take it too seriously.
Yeah, man. Our aim's just to like have fun at the end of the day and just create a nice chill atmosphere for you boys, as well as having some clean racing at the same time. Nice, fun, clean racing. That's exactly what we ideally want for these lobbies. Though sometimes it may not be overly flawless, but that's life essentially. Nothing's perfect.
That's right.
So I'll probably need to swallow. Okay, next track. I think we'll maybe try out like a little bit of a longer race, John. Do you
Hell yeah.
think we should try it out?
Let's do it. If that's
You
what
know
guys got one, that's what they're gonna get. We have a little bit of a longer race.
Fours. Well, we'll try it anyway. So we'll do. How many laps in Silverstone? 6 or 7? 7 maybe?
If it's Silverstone, yeah, we've got to do 7, man. We have to.
Yeah, I don't want it to be like a little bit too long, like normal hoppers.
I saw that at Slaps. He did get a low 216 there, 16.1. That's good, man. You've done better than what I pulled off with that car so far. Not too settled on the build for it, so I'll give you a shout about that later on. But nice to know that, yeah, the car can obviously get within a second of the 91 build here. That's good news. That's good news.
Yeah, I'll probably also put in a. You think I should put in a quick stop as well, or not? I'll let you guys
Yeah, let's put it to a vote.
decide on that one.
Got a pit stop? Yes or no? Yes or no to a pit stop?
Let's go with what you guys can prefer. So I've got a no from Scribbles. You can probably go with 6 or 7 with that. So we've got a yay and a nay. Yeah, okay, we'll include one just to diversify it up a little bit. Bring a little bit of strategy into play, as it usually would be in GTs. Might go for the big Wang Aston, mate.
Big Wang.
The big Wang Wong.
I'll tell you what, Russi, that's what I wanted to ask. So a car I don't think I've ever tried is... Which one is it? Which one? It is the number 45 Audi, the Flying Lizard. What's this car's strength? Is it like a bit of a speed freak, or like what is it good for?
Yeah, I think so. It has it's essentially like almost like a top speed car, like your Lamborghinis or so. But the thing is that the Audi is relatively stiff because it doesn't really have much front downforce. So it's kind of like top speed and acceleration at the same time.
Okay.
So I've actually never tested the Audi on a track like this, to be honest. So I actually wouldn't know how it would work. But it could be decent, as there's a few kind of like acceleration type zones. But when you're going through Maggots and Beckett's, it might not be. It'll be stable through Maggots and Beckett's. It should be. Just it might not be the fastest through there, as typically a speed car would have.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Stiff cars do not like Maggots and Beckett's. Commando says it's understeer.
Yeah, Platinum's taking the Audi as well, John. Let's take that as well. Yeah, like Greek, that is like a good point. That essentially this kind of lobby, it's essentially you can have one car and you don't need to think about changing. Like that is an advantage there. It's either you can go with one throughout, or you can try a variety. So it is open to options in that aspect. Wouldn't you say that, John?
Yeah, I have to agree with that. It's the only thing though is even if you have one car, it does feel like you'd benefit a hell of a lot if you basically have like different setups for different types of tracks. It doesn't seem like you can have one car, one tune, and it will be good everywhere. but at least you can get away with just having one car. Like, and I suppose for some people that's all you need. If there's just one car that you love, then you're happy to run through every track in the game in that car, change the setups and everything like that, as opposed to being forced to take other cars just to stay competitive. So yes, definitely plus sides to this division. I wish all divisions could be as balanced as this one.
Yeah, it's just this division is open to that, like the retro GTs, GT Racing Reborn, like thing with homologation racing in general, but I think GTs is like mainly highlighted because of its variety and surprisingly how GT cars can be kind of close.
Yeah.
Oh, so just waiting for Mr. Greek to be up, and also, yeah, he's already done that. Okay, that's good. Okay, nice to get crack on some Silverstone. Loving this. I think Silverstone doesn't really come up in the hoppers, John, so I think this will be like a newish experience for people, like a newer experience. It's a bit of a shame. Wait, and John, where, yeah.
Further back, which is good.
Yeah, there.
Slightly 13th.
Oh, someone's giving us a donut. Yeah, I can see you there with the green stripes. Loving it. Watch it, platinum rejoining on the left. Four wides, I'll make that 3 wides. There we go. That could have been in a lot worse, but we did very well there, boys. Love the patience from you guys. Side by side, John's on the outside.
It's going to be 3 wide.
Yeah, man.
Sorry.
All good, all good, all good. Oh no, John, where you going?
Hit in the back. Don't know who for.
Oh, no way.
There's so much
Pump and run.
Someone did take the Audi. Platinum, he's braved it.
Oh, someone's binned it. Whoa. What's that commando? Oh, got pinned. Oh shit. That's my bad scribbles. Jeez, oh man.
I was thinking of pitting but I really just want to stick with it. After missing out with Spa, I just want to be in some action.
Yeah, I left it off way too much and then went on to Scribbles' line. So Scribbles, I do apologise. Was that you in the gravel, Spectre? Back, bro.
Sorry, Platinum. We're both struggling here.
Oh, not quite. Go on, John, I was moving on the outside. What was up inside of me? Jeez, man, he's wanting a big piece of the pie.
Give me that blueberry pie, man.
Slid up the inside of your DMs, man. lovely move.
Time for that acceleration. It's going to start moving.
Yeah, the curb with the AstroTurf delayed that there.
Oh, Austin, yeah, oh really? What classes do you think you've spotted in Bombers? Let me know, man. Let me know. Very rarely that I go into, but could well be the case. You've seen me.
Oh, somebody spotted John in the wilderness, I see.
Stiffness in that LD, just like you were saying.
Oh, go on, John. Ah, didn't quite work. Or did it?
Space.
Thank you very much, my man.
3 wide,
Oh, man, it's got a bit wide.
Oh, sorry, brother.
Yeah, man, these guys are giving me a good old battle, loving it. Getting some good old entertainment now. You got Who's Our Daddy coming up next. He is the next person in line to the wrath of the big wang Aston Martin. There's the wee wang Aston and then the big wang Aston. And you guys are wondering what wee means. It means little. Just thought I'd verify that. Add that to your Glaswegian translation dictionary or whatever. There goes Who's Our Daddy. Racing Queen as per always, leading rim. True gentleman. That's just somehow had to drive on the BM. Looks as though the Volks is up in first and he's lonesome here. Unless if there's someone that's decided to go for an undercut. Or whatever, not too sure. Oh, that's Drakira up in the Bentley. I'm wondering who that may have been. How's the Viper, John?
I think it's holding up pretty well. I think the mistake I made in Spa, which didn't help, was that I had sim steering on. I think just putting on the normal steering, especially given I'm a bit of a GT,
Yeah.
it's definitely just making everything feel so much more forgiving.
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying GTs for the first time, then that makes sense. Just take the safer approach. I mean, sim on Spas, if you like partially spin or whatever, then it won't end well. Right on the inside. giving us room. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, go for that mega cutback. Textbook style.
Right, work that time.
Toby3409, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. How's your day going? Apologies, John.
Just going to say it's nice to see that pull off the village there.
I love some good old textbook overtaking, John. You would know that a lot.
Bit too much ball on that curve. That's what you have to avoid in this video. Well, it's the same in Forza GT cars, but especially the one car performance to get the traction ball.
Two PTG guys going at it. Loving this inter-team competition here. Oh, what's the pit strategy going to be here, boys? Who's going to box, who's not going to box? Man, not gonna box. Greek's gonna stay out. Oofed. This is close. Oofed. There you go, John. Got Sterilizer in the chat. How we doing, Sterilizer? GT's going good so far.
Yeah.
You game for some races, my man?
So Griffin.
Easy to drive. Yeah, I mean, sometimes typically that Nismo can be a bit of a handful. Oh, hello. We've just jumped Commander by a big bit. Hey boys, cheap, all good, stereo, all good. Just in case if you're looking for some action. Who have we got behind you now?
Who's it, Daddy? Managed to pass in lap 5, but...
Oh, nice.
Struggling to run away. Lap 6. I must remember to actually hit it. Same as Greek. You know, Greek sometimes have been known to forget that there's a bit, so let's see what happens.
Ah, well, he's not going to forget this time, that's for sure. Well, saying that. It's kind of opposite what happened last time, like, because he was the only one who went for pit. Like, I still remember that. It's a bit of a shame, really. I was totally on me anyway, because I forgot to put pits on.
Here we go. Yeah, there he goes into pit. Here we go. Is Daddy enjoying this? Yeah. As long as there's no drama, yeah, this car is so much fun to battle with. Because you have to try and constantly find that smooth line to keep the momentum. This is really tricky, but it's fun. Let's see how many positions we lose out here now. It's going to be interesting.
More stretch in the Hurricane.
Sludgy little slabs.
Oh, yellow edges, didn't even realise.
It's the amount of people. Shrek. Rossi. I think there's going to be some more. Yeah.
Both them ahead of Greek. What? Come on, let's hunt down this Lamborghini. Have ourselves a little last lap match up. In that ultra defensive line. Deploying that good old lag switch as well. Loving that. Love the bag of tricks we've got going. the inside.
Let's see if we can catch up to them for a second. I don't know if I'll be able to get that. Let's see.
A bit boggy. I think he's going to have a straight line speed on me here, boys. Not by much, but just enough.
Connor, that is interesting. Yeah, the Forza race regulations. Like, you know, Rusty and I have discussed it before, but the thing is, it's just sometimes the penalties are too inconsistent, and especially when we're trying to do some casual racing, it can just be such like a party pooper in that regard. So, and you've seen it with me even sometimes I'm not exactly on point with track limits, and just don't want to be too harsh on people. That's the thing. But it is a good suggestion.
Oh man.
It is.
Yeah, I'd say that, definitely. You know, the track looks a lot prettier, like with it, like all the walls. It's just that, like, obviously the penalties don't really work as consistently as we'd really like, to be honest. Although that isn't really a unique thing. Like, there are penalties in other games that kind of act a little bit similar. It's kind of like, why did I get this penalty, or why is it giving me that for doing this? You know, it kind of cuts both ways.
Yeah.
But hopefully, the you know, the system improves over time. Starkey with the win, geez, oh man, hard to miss that.
There he goes.
Orange combo.
Representing O2R. Good stuff.
I mean, that was a close finish between myself and Shrek. Wasn't as close as the volts and was it volts and slaps on Nurb? Wasn't as close as that, but very close to it. 6/1000ths between us at the end. So not a lot in it. But yeah, I agree. Slaps, that was a very good race. Very clean. I really enjoyed that. Okay then, oh, good race to the back there, Johners. What we're thinking for the next track for today's GT Bash?
Thinking let's point a bit more towards some speed. I'm sure some people have been itching for a bit of some high speed action. So I was thinking, how about we head over to Road America if you're up for it?
Yeah, man, I'm up for Road America.
Road America!
Definitely, sure.
Yeehaw!
Yeah.
Oh man, I forgot to tell you. Like, you remember I told you on the weekend that I started watching like Prison Break. I was on season 1. I'm already like to the end of season 3 now. I've binged it so hard this week. Brilliant series.
Yeah, man. I mean, I binged it like ages ago, man, and I ought to concur with you there. It's just so good. I don't know what makes it so special. Just that, like, you know, Kev keeps you, you know, fixed to it.
Yeah. It's I don't know how, because I'm not. We spoke about it before, like in our streams. Like, I'm not one who usually sinks their teeth into a TV series, but somehow it does manage to keep things interesting every episode. There's just enough suspense. There's just enough drama between characters, and the show does a good thing of actually changing who the main characters are each season, you know, which certainly helps keep it fresh. But yeah, really fun, man. I'm probably going to tuck into it again, guys. The moment we're done with streaming, I'm going back to Prison Break. Finish off season.
Whereabouts are you at anyway? Like, what season and episode are you at?
I'm right at the end of season 3, so they are in a prison once again in Panama, and they're literally just about to break out. So I can't wait to see what happens there. Cannot wait.
Yeah, man, that's an addictive series to watch. Definitely. But I mean, like, you know, it's Prison Break, so you know, you know, prisons are very much a thing in that episode. So I mean, but yeah, a very much a change in location, and different to the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, for sure. And I think they kind of had to do it, right? Like to keep things interesting, because
Yeah.
otherwise it was just, you know, first season they're in prison, they're trying to get out. Second season is they've got out and now they're on the run. And I remember saying to my partner, like, are they just going to end up back in the same prison as before? Like, that's surely going to get boring. But yeah, I didn't expect them to take that turn. And I think it's just aged so well as a series. Like, guys, tell me in the chat, like, which other series have really aged that well? Something that was out like 10 years ago, and you can watch it now and think that it's like a new show. Maybe
I'd
Game
say,
of Thrones.
I'd probably say another one would probably be The Mentalist.
Oh, I never knew you liked Mentalist, man. Yeah, that's a really good
Yeah,
show.
mate, The Mentalist, man, it's just so, it's just so engaging, man. It's so funny as well.
Yeah,
Like,
that is a good one, man.
I don't know why it's so funny. It's just that the main character he's just so smooth. Like, just doesn't,
He's such a charmer, isn't he?
just goes right in there.
He's so smooth. It's like impossibly smooth. And this is the thing I was saying about Prison Break. The main character, Michael, like he's basically got the same face for every scenario. It just so happens that his face is perfect for it. Whether he's worried, scared, angry, it's just the exact same face he pulls, but it works. And like in The Mentalist, that kind of happens as well. The main character, like, he just has this smouldering look. It's just so
Yeah.
funny. So funny.
Yeah, man, it's just so many good scenes in that. Such an underrated show as well. Like, you know, didn't really get, you know, a lot of popularity, but
Yeah.
I think it was an absolutely great show. There's a lot of shows out there that may not have got the popularity, but one that did, Call Me Elusive has put in the chat, Breaking Bad.
Of course, yeah, Breaking Bad. That's one
I've not
I
got
need to
that.
get through. I never watched that when it aired. Definitely need to get through that one.
Neither have I. Like, I don't think I've watched like a full episode of it or really looked at it much at all. Really, bit of a shame, really, but it is what it is. You
Same
know.
goes with Waking Dead. The Walking Dead, for me. Like, I watched 2 episodes of it and thought it was amazing, but then I just kind of missed the hype train whilst it was on.
Yeah.
Got to get around to it.
Yeah, like a lot of series that work like that. It's just one of those things. No, I've not seen Narcos either, to be honest.
I haven't seen Manifest. I haven't even heard of it actually. Oh, Volks has watched Breaking Bad 3 times over. Jeez, I that's a lot of episodes. I'm gonna pull over because we're a bit too far
Yeah,
ahead.
same.
A bit too far ahead.
Ooh, someone's off. Who's the daddy's off?
Snaps them back. Interesting to see what we can do in that actually. Because he lacks the Excel and things. So.
Aye. Oh, is it? Oh, I mean, top ends. The Merc does have a decent amount of top ends. Like, surprisingly. Has some good top speeds. Of course, in the top half of the cars, to be honest. Oh, sorry, minus.
Basic action. Here we are, finally.
Yeah, we take it easy in lap 1.
Bullet in the fight.
Got Bullet in here as well.
That's an interesting choice.
Yeah, he's in the number 91.
Sorry, Bullet. Let's see what we can do. Sideways action.
Love a bit of famous action. I mean, there's like quite a lot of scenic. Whoa! Whoa!
Oh my god.
What happened there? What happened there, man?
That's like 3
What
cars
was
that
on?
like wiped out on that king.
Yeah.
That was insane. And I don't think that was all by collision as well. I think that was 3 cars that individually kind of spun out on the king.
Yeah, it was like, it wasn't even that got us, it was like the next batch of collisions. I did not get it at all, but we kind of got away with it. but didn't at the same time. Mine would be like a complete 360.
Come on, Shrek, let's try and work back into the mix. Oh, a couple of people took a pit. Don't have pits on anymore, guys. Oh, we do actually.
Yeah, I was about to say before we crashed that there is probably still a chunk of series out there that I probably still would get to in the future. Just that obviously there's like quite a lot of good ones, and potentially time, for me just now is a little bit tight. This is great for John currently, and I don't even know what it is for me now. Like, giving that change a little bit. Quite a long one. Oh, D-Square's in the chat now. D-Square, man, where you at, man? Where you at? I thought you would have been all over this open lobby action. Anyway, how's your week going so far? Hope everything's going smoothly. Whereabouts are you now? John and your Porsche.
14th right now, just about to miss the king. And it appears that my car does want to die going through it. Oh my god. Hate that.
Are we spinning in?
No, I haven't spun out, but the car does want to kill itself. I don't know how to tune it out, to be honest. I do vaguely remember having that exact same problem when I tried other people's tunes.
Yes. I think it's just the car in general, mate. It does tend to struggle a little bit through the faster corners, like when it comes to like lifting off and tapping the brakes and so forth. Has always been an issue with that car.
I think next time I'll just try and stay on the throttle at least a little bit whilst going through the gates and the routes there.
Oh well, I mean, that's a good strategy. D-Squared, especially with the weather we're having just now. Good old D-Squared's having a bit of ice cream just now, John. I'm a bit jealous, but...
So jealous.
I know, man. Question is, D-Squared, what flavour is it? What's your
If he says
flavour of choice for ice cream?
If he's whacked out some like Napolitan ice cream, which is like the triple combo, strawberry, vanilla, banana, then I'm just gonna uninstall this game. I can't handle it. Shut up the dive, give him some space on that inside. It's just about edge. Seems like he's got more handling than he's on himself. It's a nice straight line speed. Just gotta figure out a way to survive that game. It's the safest we've had. It's still safe.
I'm gonna have to be down the straight. Yeah, I was gonna say, what is clotted? You know what clotted cream is, John?
It's basically like a type of cheese. It's like it's kind of like cheese and yogurt. Imagine something that's in between the two. So imagine
right,
yogurt
okay.
that is mega lumpy and it tastes of cheese. That's pretty much it.
Right, well, he's having he says he prefers like a vanilla or clotted cream. This is Kelly's clotted cream, the ice cream. Right, I think it's pretty blatant what mine's is.
Classic, mate.
Aye, well, I mean, like, in terms of like singular ice cream flavours, then by far it has to be chocolate, 100%.
Oh, what, like the actual ice cream? You'd rather it be chocolate than vanilla?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I mean, I think a chocolate vanilla combination would be absolutely sick. That'd be a good one.
I think I'm looking for dinner there.
Yeah, the good old standard.
I say like with the Magnums, like my favourite isn't the classic, it's like the double caramel chocolate or whatever it is, something like double chocolate.
Yeah.
But it's like I wouldn't like that if the ice cream itself was chocolate as well, if that makes sense.
You know, I find it quite ironic. Not ironic, but a little bit of weirdness. Not weirdness, but I don't even know what I class it as, but apparently Magnums, like here, has a completely different definition as to what it is in the US. Like, the Magnum is a thing in the US, but it's completely different to the UK. Oh, someone's off. Slaps is off. Jeez, oh man. Oh no, I'm definitely not describing that. That's an after-stream thing. Sterilizer.
No, it's definitely not that Magnum, man. I know exactly what he's on about as well. We're not going to broach that. Rossi and I are definitely not fans of flavoured Magnums in the sense that we're thinking, mate.
Oh man.
Excellent.
Yeah, that education will come after state Stero, that's for sure.
Oh, I love you brother from Shrek, that's what we're about. Now he's in front.
Yeah, where are we going to come out? That's a good question. Well, who's this? Oh, I've got Hannon. Maybe I have a battle with him if we catch up. Slaps isn't too far behind either. Oh, here they come. Yes, you could use them for water balloons. Yeah, I don't even need to make fun of that. Jeez,
Oh, come back here, Shrek, man. Come back. I think there's just some lag between us.
Oh, driving a bit weirdly in our 8th lap here. I haven't been driving properly for most of this race, don't know what's going on with me now.
Yeah, man, I cannot drive this RSR. Like that kick, it's just killing me every lap. I don't know what to do about it. Someone please give us some tuning tips on how to handle that kick. Can we jump fancy face into the pits? Let's go, son. Let's go. I literally tried overtaking him going into the pits. Had to back out.
That was scary, John. That's what Shrek was saying.
Too scary, man. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. It's just this car dies so much on the kick. Let me know, Shrek, if yours is a lot more stable.
There's like two of you that are very close to each other.
You got to tell me, Shrek, if yours is more stable through there, because I don't know how to fix that problem. What is such a kick?
He says he takes it flat.
Well, I can't afford to take it flat with my setup, so maybe, yeah. I have to change the setup. What the hell happened? Fancy Face has been absolutely robbed in the pits. He's been dropped by like 2.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
He's been dropped by 2 seconds.
Yeah, that can happen. Yeah, that's... weird how that happens. Yeah, that's a good question. Oh, and asking after this race, Daryl. I think he's in a battle just now. Yeah, property's opinion as well. You can see that D squared. Definitely behind these guys. I don't think we have enough time to catch it. Oh, got 2 spinners! Oh no! Skeleton Creek in the last lap. No!
Top end. Let's go.
Go on, Scribbles, with that absolute defensive masterclass.
Oh no.
Oh, this is going to be a close finish. This is going to be close, oh my. Ooh. I think someone may have got boxed in or so there. I think Scribbles took second, Bolts third, and Tab fourth. That was very close, boys. Hey boys, Starkey, all good, my man, all good. Oh mate, GG's man. I mean, it looked as though you boys were having a good race there as well. You and Greek. I actually don't even know who was winning for most of that actually. Bullet won that race.
Oh, that's awesome stuff, especially in the Viper, because he was pretty far back on lap 1. We saw that. We saw that. He must have just smashed down them laps.
Yeah, he just put his head down and put those laps in. But hey, well, accidents happen, Vortex, you know. It's one of those things. But yeah, it's that kink can be very deceptive. Just depends on the line you take. It's just like a fine margin. You can take it flat out. Just like lifting off as a precaution.
Oh, well done, Bullet, mate. You smashed it. You smashed it.
Snell was asking, John, how do you find GT so far?
I mean, it's a mixed bag. It is a mixed bag, and to be honest, I think my experience is highly dependent on the car I'm in. Like, I really like the RSR. It's probably my favourite car to drive because it doesn't need TCS. But for the love of God, it just wants to die so much at Road America, and until I solve that, it's just going to dampen my feelings towards GT. But yeah, I'd really appreciate someone to help me out on trying to solve that. At the moment, I think my setup, let's have a quick look actually. It was like full front aero and this like mid-rear. Yeah, mid-rear. I don't know if this needs changing, guys. You've got to tell me that. Sterilizer, Bullet, Vortex, anyone. You let me know what's got to change there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the base tune bandit will be much help. I think there will be a few people that can probably provide the expertise. Definitely.
Bullet says after run, either run max aero or at least 455. Oh, okay, cool. Let's pencil that in and we'll...
I think it's the Porsche RSR Vortex he is in. It's the Porsche RSR.
Yeah, Porsche RSR. Yeah, Bullet has said need more rear aero. Okay, thanks.
So, try to think. Do you think we should have either one longer race that we have done, or do you think we should do 2 shorter ones? Just to do like 2 more tracks, or
I think
a longer one?
it'd be nice to visit 2 more tracks.
Alright, no worries.
Personally, that's my preference, guys. But
Yeah, definitely. Bugatti Circuit's a definite one. We did say we're going to visit this earlier.
yeah,
And then we can, yeah, slaps, that sounds like an idea. A little bit of an idea actually. We'll put this one to, see, Bugatti Circuit. It's a little bit of a non-stopper this time. Just to keep changing things.
think I might go back in the Viper for this one, actually. I'm pretty sure this is an Excel track, but I just love that Viper. I really do. I think I might even make a tuning guide on it.
Yeah,
actually.
it's such a good car, man.
I've managed to.
Nice and planted.
It does work so well around Silverstone. I don't know if it could be its like strongest track, but it feels great around there. So if you guys are interested, let me know. More than happy to put out a tuning guide for that one, because I'm sure the tune's set up for that. You could copy onto the 91 Viper and you'd still just run a bit faster in that car. So yeah, happy to do that if you guys are up for it. And whenever I do solve that Porsche RSR, I'll get a tuning guide out for that as well, because I don't think there's been any tuning guides on that car, not from anyone that I can remember.
No, not from what I've seen anyway. I've not seen any up for that car.
It does seem like
specifically.
It does seem like a particularly tricky car to tune right, and I think I've got it most of the way there, guys. So if we can just figure out some odd things like that kink and some bumps, then I'd be more than happy to share that with you lads if you're up for it.
Vortex goes half rear for max front.
Half rear max front.
So
that's what I did run at Road America,
yeah.
But still, it was just the corner entry as you approach the apex of that kink. The car just falls over itself basically. That's like the only way I can describe it. So I don't know whether I can solve it elsewhere with springs, or I just run more rear aero like Bullet suggested.
Yeah, like for the stability side of it, of course. Definitely. This is a quick one that I don't think I managed to do this earlier since I kind of forgot. But since Rotelia asked this question, probably as well address it now. So today is not the only stream that we'll be doing this week. So as per every fortnight, we'll be trying out some Dirt Rally 2.0 again on the Friday. That will be at 9 PM BST as per usual. Up to more dirty memes. Don't take that the wrong way. That's the last thing you want. And also we'll be doing our household stream on the Sunday for Endurance GT, and that will be enjoyable as well, continuing on from today's kind of Forza vibe. So just as a quick one on that, I am busy on the Saturday, so I will not be able to do at Horizon 4 stream this Saturday, unfortunately. But yeah, got 2 streams for you later this week, so that should be good. Good content for you guys.
Top quality content, yeah, absolutely. Make sure to tune in for that stuff, guys, otherwise you will be missing out on some of the cleanest and most impressive racing that you can find online on Twitch. But this night is not over, we've still got 2 more races to go.
Nah.
Really
not about a long shot, my man.
Pumped for this one. Seems like, you know, we're amassing a little bit of a 93 Viper army. Got myself Slaps and Commando running it. I'm liking that,
Loving that, man. Loving it. Stiffer front spring than the rear for future reference. No worries, my man. Stiffer front spring than the rear. Alright, man. No worries.
What's that for, the RSR?
That's for the RSR, yeah. That's just for the next time you use it.
Oh, well that's interesting. That really goes against the kind of tuning convention for like mid or rear engine cars. Definitely give that a shot.
Yeah, I think it's just GTs are just so different to how class cars drive.
Yeah. Just go against the rules.
Oh, we're at the back. Oh, like that.
Yeah, about time.
Actually, if I left quick stops on. No, I haven't ever, but that's good. That's good. So no quick stops, boys. So don't pit accidentally. Oh, someone's gone slow. Cheers. Weak caught up in that.
I'm getting a lot of that kind of jittery back in the game.
Upside Commando. GT tuning is busted. Yeah, it definitely can be. Like you just come along like an absolute broken setup for a certain car, just it being unlocked.
Sorry, Alan.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tight track, Bugatti, so it can be a little bit harder than other conventional tracks to make moves on. So yeah, usually it's more popular for MotoGP races. 2 by 2 they go.
Just like it's a Noah's Ark.
Yeah, man. 2 by 2, 2 by 2.
Sorry,
Okay,
sorry,
now.
sorry.
We sticking with the inside line. Yeah. Oh, fancy face from the outside, man.
Oh, fancy face, not messing about.
Out of nowhere. Ah, man, he's just taking names.
Scribbles with that McDonald's
Front pack
livery
just-
face. Epic.
Yeah.
Just noticed that. That's awesome. Ah.
That's class.
Have to try around the outside. Oh, I just managed to outbrake him.
I mean, the M's a bit squint, but other than that, yeah, it's good. The M was a bit squint on the side, but I mean, I don't think anyone cares. Apart from me. It's OCD kicking. Oh! Oh dear. That happens.
Oh no, Scribble's been
Very
taken out.
unfortunate there. But don't worry about it, Shrek man, we all make mistakes now and again.
Way too
So
deep.
beat yourself up over that. I've done some stupid mistakes before.
This is the price you pay for stock brakes. Sometimes you have to go way deeper than what you plan.
I think Scribbles forgot to turn on traction control for his car.
Oh, I think it was in the flying disc.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, at the same time, that Porsche doesn't really need traction, but if you're used to running it, then it makes sense.
Come back.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be someone's went into the pit. Unlucky toes.
Couple of fancy face. Have a good little scruff in the end.
Yeah, I mean, I just seem to be very lucky today in escaping carnage. Like, I think it's just a bit of instinct as well. I just learned over time how to avoid it, essentially.
Especially after all your tiny poppers.
And the handicap carried over. Yeah.
I remember.
Just comes into play
I
so
remember
much.
back in Forza 6, I used to think like you were mad for like how much like you would play in the hoppers because the quality of racing's so bad. But I feel like it taught you so much in terms of like track awareness and manoeuvring and stuff like that, and it really paid off like once you started getting involved in Forza Velocity. So you know, guys, don't knock it. Like, you can still get experience even if it's madness.
Well, the awareness factor, man, definitely. Like, I mean, avoiding rammers was just like one of my favourite pastimes. Just watching them fail constantly. Like, I mean, they go out of their way just to ruin one person's race, and even then, they can't even hit the target. You know, it's like Big Cool especially. He was the main one.
Oh,
he's more than just a memory now. You remember him as well,
yeah,
don't you?
that is the stuff of legends right there.
He had like a weird obsession with ramming me off.
Oh, Greek is stuck through, god damn it! Is what I wanted to avoid the whole time.
All Greeks in 6th.
I'm sorry, fancy face, I'm just getting out of your way now. I'm not bothering. Game is jittery this whole race.
Never get out, Johners. Take that spot.
Just nudged the man a few too many times. I don't like this like that.
We have a camera race at the Bugatti circuit. Technically, camera race. Ooh, about a quieter one. 36.3 in the Aston GT3, nice time. Starkey also 0.3. Skills 0.9 in the Audi. Slaps with a 37.0 in the number 93. Go on, Slaps.
Yeah, that's good territory, man.
Absolute beast.
37.2.
Absolute beast, my
I
man.
presume 36s are agreed around here. Let's take a quick look at the leaderboard. Yeah, 36s are
I
very high.
think so, yeah. I think that's roughly right.
Yeah, 36s are very mighty by the looks of it. Some 35s, but there's only literally 6 times on the leaderboard that are under a 36, so it seems like 36 is a very good standard to hit, especially in a race.
Yeah. I think Billa was only just over a 10th slower than his leaderboard time, so very nice time from him in the Aston. Oh, did you have trash control on Vortex? Oh man, yeah, you definitely don't want that in the Audi. Nah, that thing has to be off, that Audi. For me it does anyway. Because it is stiff already as it is.
Folks thought there was a mandatory stop. Look, man, I'm sorry that we weren't clear enough with that. It's our fault.
Yeah.
It's definitely our fault. Very sorry. Very sorry.
That's quite. Don't worry, Volts. You're not the only person that's done that before. Let me reassure that one to you. But yeah, that was I was very confused as to why you pitted initially. I'm like, why is he pitting for? Like, the pit stops aren't on. Oh man, but yeah, a bit of a shame at the same time. Yeah, a bit of comedy gold, but you know, the way that the land lies, unfortunately, get a little bit muddled up with there being pits or no pits. What do you think, John, about this?
Oh yeah, man. Final race of the evening. Why not, guys? Why the hell not? What?
Yeah,
So,
man.
what kind of? Maybe not cars, but like, what's the thing here? Are you going for grip or is it speed? Because I don't know what cars I could use.
It's somewhere in between. Like, I'd say you want cars that have a decent amount of top end, right? And also cars that do good around the faster bends. For example, the Mercedes SLS, that car would be decent here. Also, the Audi R8 may not be, since it's too stiff. The Aston, Big Wang Aston could be good. Bentley I'm not too sure on. The BMWs would be pretty decent here. Anyone, I think. The Corvettes as well. Number 93 I'm not too sure on. I think it may have too much handling. The Ferrari's okay. Like it seems to be mediocre around most tracks. Lambo's, the Huracan's good. I think that's actually the leaderboard car here, if not the Cayman. Maserati could be good. Mercedes we went over, Nissan's probably good as well. I think the Porsche could be, but just depends on how confident you are with it. And then the number 91 should be decent as well. So there's a lot of good cars for this one, something that's got good handling and decent top ends. That's what you're ideally wanting here.
Duly noticed, duly noticed.
A lot of options.
Thank you for
No worries, Chief, no worries. Just trying to think of our weapon of choice for this one. Could try the Porsche since we haven't done that yet, or something else.
I think I'm just sticking the Viper.
Is it?
Sticking the Viper. I've only actually used 2 cars, actually, I think. So Viper and it's just because I don't have many. But you know what, guys? If you guys have really enjoyed this evening, of course there have been some wacky moments, some moments of wacky racing. But overall, if you have enjoyed visiting this division, please, the best thing you can do is let Rossi and I know in our respective chats on YouTube and Twitch, or ping us message on Xbox or Twitter. Just let us know if you've been a fan of this, and it's something that we'll consider to bring around again relatively soon. Obviously, we rotate through B, A, S, and R class, but if you feel this division needs a bit more love, then I think we're happy to accommodate that. I've been enjoying this, Rossi. How about you?
Yeah, man, definitely. It's the first time we've done GTs in the open lobby, so it's been a very nice one. A lot of people turning up tonight, so it kind of proves to me that this division of racing is as popular as ever. As popular as ever, man. So I'm loving it as long as the community's loving it, and also yourself, John, as well. So go with the flow. Go with the flow. That's what I'm all about.
Yeah, you guys are definitely making this a much more fun experience for me, because otherwise, if I was in a hopper, I'd either be in a situation where, you know, get sim damage lap 1 and just rage quit, or get showed up by people who are simply too experienced and arguably too sweaty at the game with their car choices at times. So this casual environment, even from top players, is definitely making this a hell of a lot of fun for me.
Yeah, GTs does definitely do that. Hold on. 80%. Just try to think between the Porsche and the M3, because I think the M3, a few people have mentioned that in the chat, so I want to see what these guys want me to try and use. Okay, Porsche, so let's use guys mentioned that. Okay, I'll go with that. Go with the flow.
Do it, mate.
Love it, love it.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. From what I've gathered...
And you know what I also love? These guys are ready to go.
Oh, that you gotta love that thing the most. There are quite a few RSRs here for this race, actually. Yeah, just noticed that. And it does seem, judging by what...
Yeah, it has good top
judging
ends.
by what Bullet and Vortex / skills, like, You can give it a lot of rear downforce and yet it still has impressive top end.
Stock is at the
I'm
front.
at the front.
There you are.
About time start achieving mid to get well. First time of the whole night.
Look at this man, this Porsche just going down the road.
Porsche is absolutely legendary.
You might actually let some of these boys go by.
I'm sorry, Station. That was not intentional.
Okay, this will do. I go for like 5 laps on my own, not when the crowd so bunched up together. Oh my, what the hell happened there? What was that? I was all flustered for a minute there.
Horrible dive. It starts you with it. Loved it. I remember after that, stop brakes here.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame that man, that little instant there. Cars just Constantinaed up. I can see you guys weaving up in the distance.
I think Stodgy is going to run away now. He's got the free space. We're at one of his favourite tracks in the game. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get him. Volkswagen the motor, so I think he's going to swap in, just like Rossi's. Scribbles in the Lambo.
Yeah, I think I might have seen that. The girl when I was doing right.
I just want to give a shout out to Nemesis Man, the absolute legend who's always keeping eyes on the chats, making sure things are cool and offering that
Yeah.
bit of advice as well to guys. So, Nemesis Man, you're a legend, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the stream.
I mean, that guy deserves like freaking 10 shout outs, even more than that, for what he's done for us.
Comebackist.
Yeah, it's just like such a slow bit of tracks there, though.
Trying to tempt Starcher to come back, but he's running off.
Yeah, he wants
He
to win.
wants to finish with that W. He wants that claim to the final win of the day. Don't blame him.
No, definitely not. Just pulling in the straights.
Good question, Gunnar. I suppose I could make a video about like good cars for beginners, but I'll be honest as to why I'm hesitant about doing it. Like, it's because the game has already been out for so long that the amount of effort it would take to make that type of video, it would probably perform really poorly on the channel. And given how fickle YouTube is with its algorithm, if you put out a couple of doozies, it will actually affect the rest of your videos. So I might give that a pass for now, but what I might do is gather a list for you, Gunnar, and I'll actually share it to you maybe in the future live stream. I'll try and do that for the next few weeks actually. Each class we visit, I'll try and work up a list for you. Really good cars for beginners. All the best cars for each class.
Yeah, because that question does get thrown about quite a lot actually. John, you seem to be holding your own there in that Viper.
Well, I don't
looking
know
better
what
than
good times.
we thought.
I don't know what good times. So, just trying to keep my head down. Oh, fuck. Shouldn't have done that so bad. Engine brake on the exit. Hate to say it. Don't thank me, Gunnar. Thank you for the question. It's a very valid one. And it was definitely due an answer. Really appreciate it. Folks is getting my grasp. This is getting spicy. Come on, folks. Let's see if we can have a look at what's that battle.
Open that line, John.
Just the same as this, staying on your right hand side. Oh my god, your top end is... Oh, that is disgusting.
Yeah, no. It just like trumps ropes as one to...
Oh man, you must be catching up around the corners, that's not good for me.
For me, it's more the straights than anything else. So close, man.
Oh, just about held on to
Come on.
Is Rossi going to nab it?
Come on, Porsche.
No!
Run.
Who's getting it? Who's getting it?
Oh, he got me, Josh.
Oh, let's see that. Oh, God.
7,000.
Not even 100. Not even 100 between you two. Oh, that was funny.
Oh, man. That was close. One more lap, man. One more lap. I might have had us both. That thing was an absolute torpedo sent from sent from wherever.
Like, I wanted to look behind at Volts, and then I just saw the pixels of your car getting bigger and bigger on the screen down that straight. It was like, oh my god. That is insane top end.
Yeah, we've had like 3 thousandths finishes gap wise. I was involved in 2 of them, losing it in both. That's not a good record to have. Once with Shrek, the other with of course Volts just there. So Volts, if you're listening, that was a fantastic finish there. absolute beast, my man. And also Volts. Volts was also involved in 2 as well. Volts winning one and losing one, so redemption for Volts there in the end. Getting his better 1000th finish back. Oh, love it, man.
Well,
But that's GT racing. Like, always provides close finishes, photo finishes. We've had 3 of them today, and it's been an absolute blast as always, John. Great premiere GT lobby.
yeah, you know, besides the lobby disconnects, forgetting that, like, this has actually been some really fun stuff for me, guys. And I was nervous about how things were going to go, especially my pace. But it's been a bundle of fun. Thank you so much, and thank you, Rossi, for picking up the hosting responsibilities after Forza gave me the big but yeah, just really good fun. I have shared the tune for this 93 Viper if anyone wants to give it a go. As I said, it's actually a bit of a beast around Silverstone. It gets deep into the 159s there, which is awesome. But yeah, let me know, guys, if you want a tuning guide for this or for the RSR, because I've got tunes for them. And the RSR actually works lovely, just not at Road America yet. But that's everything from me. I'll leave it to you, Rossi, to sign things off for today.
No worries, you heard it from the main man himself. If you want a tuning guide for Porsche, let him know. Let him know, as per always. He's got something in his garage waiting to get released. So yeah, it's been an absolute blast. GT lobby, as John was saying, went much better than expected, so that was good, and also some class racing as well. So that's been very good. If you want to keep up to date with streams that's going on our side, please feel free to follow the Twitch channel. It'd be really appreciated. The support is always loved here. And also we do have a Discord channel. I beat Nemesis 2 at this time. You know, you're more than welcome to join the Discord channel if you like. We talk about anything from FM7 tips and tricks, as well as Horizon as well, and also a general chat section where you can talk about anything you want as long as it isn't immature. We also have a wild GSR John lurking in there as well, so
I love how you always call
John,
me wild.
you're more
Like,
than welcome to join.
I'm just lurking there. Sometimes people don't know I'm there or not, and then I just like snipe them. Just.
Nah, I just want to give you a good old introduction, my man. Like, I don't know how else to word it.
Well, I appreciate the shout out all the same, Rossi. Been an absolute pleasure.
No worries, man. Always class. So you just do everything in prompts. But anyways, guys, unfortunately, that's all we have time for today for John and Rossi's Open Lobby. We really appreciate you guys either, you know, hanging around in chat or also participating as well. So much love to the Forza community, as always, showing that they can put up a good performance all round. But until next week, from us as a duo, you enjoy the rest of your week. But from my side, hopefully see you later this week. See you guys.